Alright, hello guys, how's it going? In today's video, we're going to be talking about some upcoming Arctic blasts as well as some storms that may come alongside it, including the chance for some pretty big snowstorms along the eastern United States, which is a possibility at this point. Anyways, before we get into things, be sure to smash that like button, leave a comment down below, and subscribe for more weather-related content. For today's comment of the day, I want to know, do you think that one of these storms will really come together and become a big snowstorm, or do you think it's just too early and too good to be true? Let me know in the comments down below what your thoughts are, and I'll be picking one of those for tomorrow's video. Let's get straight into this video, and first things first, we're taking a look at the current temperature pattern. As you can see, we have a big ridge in the central United States, with two cold areas, one there for the northwest and then one there for the eastern seaboard. This warm up that is in the middle of the United States is headed eastward, and this will eventually take over the entire eastern United States, and that cool down out west will end up expanding quite a bit. That pattern is only going to last a couple of days, however, because by the time we reach about 2 p.m. here on Thursday, November 18th, you can see that we do have a trough moving into the central United States, a big ridge for the eastern United States, but that's going to be coming to an end as there's a very, very potent uh, cold front there along that blue area, and we can see this as we take a look at that simulated radar. We can see that there is plenty of precipitation along this cold front, and this is going to be quite a potent one. And by the time we reach about 2 a.m. on Friday, November 19th or so here, we could take a look. We're going to zoom in here to the northeastern United States. There could be some snowfall trying to mix in the overnight hours Thursday into Friday for areas like the Berkshires, the Green Mountains, the White Mountains, and northern Maine as well. This likely would not accumulate at all because there is a lot of rainfall around, and that is going to pretty much get the ground saturated, which, as we all know, makes it very, very hard for that snow to accumulate. Now, after this cold front has gone ahead and moved through, you can see that we do have some pretty potent cold air that is in place for the eastern United States by this point. Your blue areas are going to be anywhere from 1 to 10 degrees below normal, but the greens, however, are going to be 10 to 15 degrees below normal for a lot of those more interior eastern United States regions. And that is going to be a pretty significant departure from what is typical. But in similar fashion to what we've been dealing with, we're going to see this pattern just flip-flop, because by the time we're reaching about 2 p.m. here on Saturday, November 20th, that cool down is already coming to an end as we have a warm-up trying to move in. Cold is trying to hold on along the eastern seaboard, but that is not going to last long. But surprise, surprise, by the time we're reaching about 8 p.m. here on Sunday, November 21st, you can see another cold front is trying to move through. We see the trough there in the central United States, and we can physically see that cold front there along that precipitation. Texas up through the Gulf states and up into areas like West Virginia, Ohio, and Pennsylvania. That is where that cold front is located by this point, and that's going to just dive into the eastern United States. And by the time we reach about 6 a.m. here on Monday, we could see a lot of storminess along the eastern United States. That is potentially a nor'easter that is developing by that point. Perfect timing with this cold air moving in as well. Very potent cold air. We could see plenty of snowfall there for Michigan and Wisconsin especially. But the temperature pattern looks like this. There's still some warmer than normal conditions along the eastern United States. That cold air is very potent, though, and it is moving in quickly. And this is, again, by about 6 a.m. on Monday, but 24 hours later on 6 a.m. at about Tuesday, November 23rd, we could see extremely potent cold air. Greens are widespread, and we even see the purples moving in, which is 15 to 30 degrees below normal, which is just a very significant departure from your normal temperatures. And as we take a look at that precipitation simulated radar here, around the same time frame as that very potent cold air is moving in, we could see a 988 millibar low pressure system nor'easter offshore of the east coast at the very same time as this cold air is moving through. This has the potential, and even though it doesn't show it on this model run specifically, to potentially be a snowstorm if it matches up perfectly with this cold air. A lot of weather nerds have been watching this one for a few days now, and I have been watching it as well, and I will continue to watch it because the signal here just has a lot of potential, even though it's a low probability just based on what the current model guidance is. It is definitely worth watching, and we're going to have to just keep a very close eye on this one. And by the time we reach about 6 a.m. here on Tuesday, November 23rd, you can see this trough is really centered over the eastern United States. We see that low pressure system has moved up into Canada or northern Maine there, 988 still, and that nor'easter is going to be moving up into Canada and eventually weakening. Now, by the time we're reaching about 2 p.m. on Wednesday, November 24th, here's the temperature pattern. We still have that very potent cold air along the eastern seaboard, a warm up for some more interior regions, but there is a massive Arctic blast waiting to dive down from Canada, and it's already moving in through the upper Midwest and portions of the northern plains. So that is going to be probably the most potent one of them all so far if this does take place. And by the time we reach about 8 p.m. here on Thursday, November 25th, we can see a very potent Arctic blast is diving down into the central United States, the Ohio Valley, the Great Lakes, the Gulf states beginning to get included. The greens are very widespread, but we also have those purples, again, 15 to 30 degrees below normal in some spots there during this cool down, which is just going to lead towards far, far below normal temperatures for a large amount of regions here. And even by the time we reach about 8 p.m. here on Friday, November 26th, you can see this is centered over the eastern United States, and it's going to be very, very potent. So if you can kind of pick up on the trend here, it seems like a majority of the time over the next 10 days in the eastern United States is going to be spent in the below average column as far as temperatures are concerned. And the big question is, how long will this last? That actually was the comment of the day yesterday. We're going to get an answer or a bit of an answer at the end of this video from yesterday's comment of the day. I'm excited to present that and just talk a little bit about my thoughts, but it can't last forever. That's what we know. And even if it ends, it doesn't mean it won't come back, but there has to be some breaks in this cooldown. It never lasts, 4 months solid or however long. So we will be watching that closely. Now, our total snowfall through the next 10 days right now looks a little bit marginal. We do have some larger amounts out there for the Rockies, which is really no surprise. We do have plenty of areas seeing 10 to 20 inches of snowfall there for the Rockies, including Wyoming, Colorado, Idaho, and Montana, as well as the Cascades up there in Washington. We do have some 10-inch plus amounts there for the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, as well as the Lower Peninsula of Michigan, and then also some of the lakes regions for New York, Pennsylvania, and Ohio as well, where with this potent cold air, a lot of snowfall could be possible as well for some different folks. Now, for today's confidence tab, we're actually at a 5 out of 6. We're pretty confident in the cold. We're confident there is some storm signals, and those two things combined lead me to be pretty confident that there will be those two things. Anyway, also for today's comment of the day, I asked you guys, like I said before, how long do you think this cold pattern will last? And James Marr said, I believe the cool down will end for a week at the beginning of December, but then it will make a comeback right before Christmas. And I think that's a pretty safe bet. It's pretty rare for these types of patterns to last over a month. So you got to kind of assume there will be a break at some point during the first half of December. But I'm pretty much with James Marr that it'll likely make a comeback at some point during the month of December as well. I don't think it's going to be a warm month by any means. For today's Patron Highlight of the day, I want to thank you all for supporting the channel, but especially our Platinum patrons, Bill Crates, James Wade, Dovey Nagel, Little Pan, Mandy Birchfield, and Patrick Strickland as well. I'd also like to thank our Diamond patrons, Bill Roberts, Marcus Connolly, Noah Harley, Michael Codalessa, Capite, Charles Stinnett, Cindy Klein, Alan Goodmaben, Bill Dallas, Gary's, John Khaleesi, Dwight Phelan, Stephen Kernenthal, and Thomas D. Barr as well. If you'd like to join this very awesome patron entry of the day, you can do so by joining our very amazing Patreon page in the description and in the pinned comments down below. I'd also like to thank our channel members Catbite, Stephen Fan, and Jeremy Cox also. If you'd like to join this one, it'll be located next to the subscribe button down below. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Be sure to smash that like button, leave a comment down below, and subscribe for more weather-related content. I'll see you guys in the next video.